Hey everyone, welcome to day 25. This is an experiment that's going to happen today. I have one of those claw hand type molds holding a crystal ball type thing, and I have two of them, so I'll show you what I can of the one that's not in this bag. They are identical, and I got a piece of cat hair on this one. Let me see if I can remove it. Sorry about all the shadowing, but we're going into winter here, so well, we just deal with it. And unfortunately my lighting sucks. If you don't like that word, I'm so sorry, but that's the best one I could think of that isn't that offensive. Now this one's the Gypsy hand, and it's got, I believe, a rose that goes up the side. Let me see if I can turn this part out. But there are some ornate pieces in here, intricate. I'm sorry, it's just hard to get it aimed at the camera with the camera's position that it's in right now. Let's see if I can do it this way instead. Yeah, the focusing's still horrible. Let's see if I can get it up there. And then it's in shadow, so you can't see it. I'm so sorry, everybody. But we'll see the finished product when I'm done. So let me get this put back away so it doesn't collect more cat hair. These soft silicones are so hard to get into a bag. They like to stick to everything, which is good to a point. So I'll get this one put away. Now, if you watched my other video where I did the dump version with, let me see, grab these two. With these two guys. Oh, I really gotta do something about this lighting. See if I can change this just a little bit here. Let's see if that helped any. Okay, and this is how this skull turned out with the dump method. And then this is how the pumpkin turned out. Not as well as the skull, but as you can see, it did get a lot of the colorations it was supposed to get. So, that's what we're doing with this one today. We're doing the dump method. That is why it's in a bag. Last time, remember, if you saw that video, it went poof. Well, I decided I don't want that much of a cleanup job again. So, what we're going to do is where the crystal ball is down here, I'm going to go ahead and put this silvery mica down first. Then I will put this red, orange, yellow shift mica in it. See if I can get that to come up a little. I could if I can get the shadows out, but you can see some of the shift to it. Then, for what's left over, I'm going to put this copper color. I do absolutely love this copper color. Now, the twist to this is I am not using resin. Resin would take too long for this deep of mold. because I would need to use the deep pour epoxy. So I decided to see how well a different type of medium would be in this. So let me move these aside for a moment. And show you this JDiction ResinCrete. It is 10-3, so 10 base and then water, okay? It came as a kit. I added 1 bag of ResinCrete to this because I had purchased a second one, but not a kit, just the bag. So it came with these molds. This sandpaper, which if this works out, I won't be using a sandpaper anyway. 1 bag of the ResinCrete, which is 1,000 grams. 30-minute demold. I will, of course, wait 1 hour because I do want it to be really severely hardened enough to pull out of that mold without breaking it. Came with gloves. Of course, I never use these. They're always too large for intricate type work. It comes with these ResinCrete dies. There's black, green, blue, yellow, and red. I will not be using those in this. It comes with wax in order to seal it. Comes with this mixer. So this mixing paddle right here will probably be used. The scoop. See if I can get this to focus at all today. There we go. And 2 cups. And they go to 8 ounces or 230 mil. Now, as I said, I am not sure how much the mold is going to take. Now, they say you can fill it with water and it should give you how much the mold takes by volume. There's a problem with that. I have watched other people using ResinCrete and they end up mixing too little because they went by the volume of water. So I'm trying to figure out how to do this. If I have to, I will do it in 2 mixes. I do have spare molds to put the rest of the ResinCrete in if I overmix. So, with all that said, let's get the stuff I'm not going to be using back in the box. I also bought my own beeswax for sealing. So we'll see how this goes. I, of course, will need the scoop, the paddle, and the bag of ResinCrete. Okay, so I actually still have that. And because I don't know how much I'm going to have to use, I do have my large measuring cup. It takes 500 mil or 20 ounces. So that's what it's going to get mixed into. I'm hoping it'll be enough. I'm going to try to go to probably, I don't know if it should, I'm going to probably do the 20 ounces because that scares me that it would not be enough if I want anything less than that. And as I said, I have other molds. So I'm going to put you on pause, get my mask and gloves, and be right back. Okay, so I brought out my scale. I've already tared it so that the cup weight does not interfere. And I'm going to see what 200 grams comes to. So, well, won't come to much, will it? Now the water I'm using is 99.9% filtered water. 202, so let's go ahead and I think this, I don't know, maybe 300 grams from what I'm seeing, so I'm going to go 300 grams so far. Whoa! Okay, so I'll have to take some of that out, just a little here, so I'll pour it back into the jug. $300 on the nose. Alright, then it says that for longer working time, but which also means slower curing time, I will need 35 grams by weight, not volume. So 35 grams times 3, that would be 105 grams of the ResinCrete. Now I am looking at the mold still to try to get that judgment of how much to make. And I'm thinking that 300 grams ought to do it. Although that would probably fill up most of that ball. So as I said, if I have to make a little bit more, I'll make a little bit more. Now, I will set this all aside and get this set up. I'll just close that off. And turn off machine. There we go. I will re-tear it later so that I know that the weight is there. Now the 300 grams on this measuring cup came to 300 mil. Alright, I'm going to close off the water. Oh my goodness. And get it out of the way for more working space. And then I'm going to pause you. I'll be right back. Sorry, nature break. So, back second. Before I begin, I'm going to show you a faux pas. See this water? It is not 10 parts water to 3 parts base. It is 10 parts base to 3 parts water. So, it would have to be 300 grams of the powder to 3 grams, or 30 grams I should say, 30, 60, 90 grams of water. And since I have 300 grams here of water, well, we're going to change this around. I'm going to pour this water back in. Yes, it was a faux pas, my mix-up of which was base first, and which was water first when they did the ratio. It is a little confusing. So I'm going to get this water put back. I'm going to reweigh. Now since I'm doing it by 35 of water, 35 grams of water per 100 grams of mix, the powder, I'll get this on, and it is still by grams. So I will probably pour the 105 grams of water. Hey, couldn't do that one again. Okay, that's the 105 grams of water. So I will go ahead. It doesn't look like it's going to fill much, does it? Let's hope. But I know that the ResinCrete melts down pretty easily, though I'm not too sure. Oh, now it says 104. Well, it won't matter. It's just a gram difference. So, and since I'm using the higher amount of water to powder, we'll go ahead, set this aside, tear that out. Alright, let's do the mica dump. Now, so I don't hit the bag itself while I'm putting the mica in, just fold it down over the edge there. Get this silvery white first. I do not want to put a whole lot. Got to turn it just a little bit towards me so I can see where it's going. I don't want to put a whole lot, but I do want to put enough to coat that down there. And wherever else it lands, of course. Alright, what I'm going to do first is, before the other colors go in, I'm going to try to target that crystal ball down there. So I'm going to shake it around a little bit. Try to squish it. Mash it around. Alright, other colors going in. And I have decided to color the ResinCrete base before pouring it in. And I decided on the black, because it'll turn gray, because whatever doesn't manage to get covered in mica will show through. Boy, when these things are on tight, they're on tight. Oh, this one comes with a different cap. That's nice. I like that. They must have changed after I bought that first one. So now we're just going to poop that down in there. Let it fall wherever it may want. Close that up. And now for the copper. Get it down in there a little bit. Also let it go wherever it may want. Get this sealed. I say get it sealed. There we go. Now I want to try to prevent from getting it all over the outside. So I'm going to try doing this. And then we're just going to shake it around. And at this point in time, I do want to squishier it all over. Try to coat every little piece inside. Shake it around again. Okay. Let's see how that goes. Now I'm going to let that dust settle in there a little bit while I go ahead and bring the scale back over. It is teared at 0 for right now. Mind you, that still has the weight of the cup showing. Big John, no. Get a wet wipe here real quick. Get any mica off my hands real fast. Okay, so I put 105 grams in. That's 3 times, so I need 300 grams of the ResinCrete. Dry my hands off real fast. Shove this out of my way just a little bit. Baler out. Out. Go. Go. There won't be any goodies for a couple of days if you don't leave the room. Yeah, I thought you'd change your mind. It's amazing how much they understand. Boy. Keep these wipes handy. back on. Okay, now it is 0 tear, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Get this bag off of that. Alright. Oh, I was going to color that before I put this in. And then tear it one more time. Out. Now remember, this is a liquid, so it will add liquid to this. So I just watch the gram counter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hopefully that will be what I need. Oh, 6, 7, 8. Oh, okay. 9, 10. Okay, that didn't change it. So let's go ahead and begin adding. So 300 grams. See how many grams comes out of these level. That one had 25. 50, so about 25 grams per. Okay, I didn't get this one totally level, so it'll be under. Well, not by much. That's 5. Six. 7. 8. 9. 10. I'm counting for the purpose of knowing I'm getting close. Why it's not gaining like it should, I don't know. Oh, of course my alarm goes off. Both of them. Okay. just leave the scoop in the bag. Brian, can you shut off alarms for me? One's inside the desk, the other one's over here on my left side. How annoying that is to have to deal with that every single day, twice a day. Can you feed my fish land, please? Or get the meal time on that? And my pills, of course, out of the drawer in the front. It's a good thing I can take them a little bit late. Okay, we're going to move this off of here. We had the 300 grams. I'm going to get it mixed. Get the mold over here. And we're going to pour. I am hoping that this is made enough. You do have to make sure all of this is incorporated really well. So of course scrape all the sides, the bottom. Now this is supposed to have given me a 25-minute work time, so we will see. Out! Sorry about that yelling, everybody. That was Zeus. He loves being in my art room. It makes him feel comfortable, and in his age, it's hard to deny that. Both he and his brother are rapid decline right now in health. I watched his brother, the one that had damaged his hips, joints, a year ago almost. I watched him actually collapse under his own weight today. So that was very difficult to watch. So I am busy putting together a plan for a wheelchair for his hind legs so that he can still get around and be mobile. And because I don't have the health and strength any longer to pick him up as necessary to get him out the door, he weighs about 75 pounds. His brother weighs about 100. Actually, he used to weigh more than that. I'm not sure what he weighs right now any longer. Okay, I think I've got that pretty well incorporated. So let's see how this goes. I, of course, will have to dump out the remainder of this mica. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn it over and dump it into this bag. Try to keep it as closed up as possible to do that. Put it in, squeeze off the top, hold it really tight. All right, start closing the bag as I go. Alright, let's see how much this fills in. Now before I do that, I want to make sure it's gotten one more stir, just to make sure everything is well incorporated. Pour it down the side. Wait till I see it start to come to the top. Looks like I was really sure that tap squidgies, try to get bubbles released. Steve McDonald has spoiled me with that one word, squidgy widgies. Okay, we've got bubbles rising. You don't want to suck it down too fast because you could suck those bubbles right back down in there. Alright, let's try to get the rest of this down in. Swirl. And wouldn't you know, I didn't make quite enough. So I think I'm going to make half of an amount. Uh-oh. It's stuck in my way. There we go. Bubbles are rising. Stick that to the corner, get the scale back over. On. We are going to tear it with all of this together. Okay. So 15, I'm going to go to 17 grams of water. A little over, but I'm doing it at the 35 again, so that'll help a little. Maybe that's why this bag wouldn't close for me. I said, no, you're not going to have enough. And then we're going to go to 50 grams of the ResinCrete powder. Oh my goodness, now my phone's ringing. All right. That's that with that. Okay, let's get this mixed in. A little bit more black, everybody. it's going to end up being a little bit darker, but that's alright too. Remember, the mica takes care of that issue. Okay, looks like it's all mixed. Let's see how this goes. Definitely a much darker. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. That's hilarious, isn't it? And I can already tell there's not going to be enough even scraping it. Okay, so here we go again. Tear it out. Well, I'm not sure how to do this time, so let's go with $10 grams. Now, as I said, I have other molds. Let's go to 15. Ooh. Yeah, that goes really quick, everybody. Again, of course, put that back in the bowl, so or the water container. Go ahead and drain off a little bit of that water. You gotta be kidding me. Oh yeah, forgot to put that in. That's what I did wrong. I had this. No, it shouldn't have mattered. Anyway. So it's at 20, so 60 grams at least. Or at the most. Hey, that'll do it. A little bit more pigment here. Whoa! Yeah, that one came out in a huge squish. Trying to beat time frames. Not a good mixture, right? I'll have to review this video quite a bit just to make sure I know the exact amount that's going to end up having to be made the next time I make this mold. get that in there. Okay, spare mold. Well, how about that? That's what I get for putting all my molds away. So let's try something different for a change. Fill this one and use it for a template to make more. And again, whatever comes out of this one, alright, time to do some cleanup, especially after I just dropped that stuff on my thing here. And I'm at 47:50 and I'm pausing you. Alright, it's been the half hour for demold, but the base of this is still warm. So I'm going to allow it to finish cooling down inside all the way. These are cool, seem to be solid. Yeah. But they are much thinner, less volume in there. So I will be back as soon as that's finished. Alright, it's been about 45 minutes now. This is still warm, but not hot enough to burn you. But you can definitely tell it's warm. So I'm going to go ahead and unmold these items first, because they were just the leftover. Came out very well. And yes, I have gloves on, but that's for the mica. I don't want to spread it everywhere. Came out pretty good, pretty solid. You know, in a pinch you could use these to write on concrete as chalk. This one here will, of course, gotten any imperfections out of this silicone cup, and will carry on to any silicone mold made from it. But I'm okay with that because I don't measure with those. I just mix in them, and it looks pretty good. Let's see if I can get this to the camera. Remember which way the camera is, right? Let's see, pick up some light here. Came out pretty well. A little bit of a hole right there I can see, but that can be filled with air dry clay or whatever you want to. Come on, camera, focus. There we go. Alright. Now comes the demolding of this guy. Gal, whatever. This may be interesting. Now I see some areas that probably had way too much mica still stuck in them. So I am seeing the ResinCrete through it. If I could get it to fold over, that would be great. And stay over without plopping back up. So before I get this all the way out, see if I can show you those areas. And then down inside there's a few more. See if I can get this out. Holy cow! Assistant, may I get your assistance, please? As I said, I didn't want to transfer any mica here. These kind of molds are not for people with arthritis. Can you reach over here behind me, grab the purple spray bottle, please? Oh, come on, stay down. Can you spritz in there, please? Now this is just soapy water, everybody. Okay. Let's try to get it around to this other side here. Spritz down in, please. My fingers are stuck. Let's try to get that squished into there. Pull these sides a little bit. There we go. Suck it down, that's right. One more. Okay, we're going to put some more down there. One moment, let me get this opened. Okay. All right. Getting that water down in there to help slide that out. Okay. A little bit more of a squishy areas around. Get a paper towel. These select a size paper towels can certainly be a pain when you need a full sheet. Get this squished up into there. Okay. Oh my goodness. I'm going to spend 5 hours just trying to demold this guy. Trying to dump out some of the water. Can't do that. Alright, my assistant's going to get this. However, I'm going to have him put my apron on so that he doesn't get this all over his clothes. Me, just about everything I own has all of my art upon it. He's grabbing gloves first. I'll work this around again. while we're waiting. Sorry, I was trying to hope to keep this under an hour, but not possible. Alright, he's going to try working it out of there. I'm going to grab at the bottom. And that's not going to work. It's got to go close to vest to be able to pull this out. You know, I have 2 of these molds. All I got to do is grab a knife, pair of scissors, get some of this cleaned up while he's busy arguing with the mold. How many of you guys ever out there do that? Argue with your molds when they are very stubborn, consternate. I don't want to. I know I talk to them a lot, and some of the things I say to them can't be said on camera. Oh my goodness, he got it. And yes, it is still warm. Alright. I'm going to kind of dry her off just a smidge here, because she's a little slippery. And she will definitely have to be tended to with some varnish. Wow. Did she get wet? She had a bath. Alright, here we go. There she is. Focus camera. Here, let's pull this out of the way. Maybe it'll focus again. There we go. Get her up as close as I can. All the skulls at the bottom. Let's see if I can get rid of my shadow of my thumbnail. Keep it in focus. And she does have some color changing where the 3 different micas meld. You can see all of her rings. The skulls at the bottom. The bracelet she's got on. It's kind of weird that discoloration formed right there. But cool. And there you be. That's the Gypsy hand mold. That's the one with the claws. Well, what they called claws, I think. If I can find the link in my orders again, I'll put the link to this mold. And I'll put a link to ResinCrete. I'm not sponsored by anybody. If I approve of a product, that's how I decide to put links in my videos. Unless it's a Temu haul, and then it goes automatically. But I am actually proud of that. You can't really tell on camera though, but there is the silvery white right in here. And the darker copper. And I think there is, yeah, you can see just a little bit of the color shift one. Alright, all that's going to ever have to be done with her now is varnished, and she'll have to dry completely and cure completely for me to do that, which will take us past the time for Halloween to be over. And yes, I am mica powdering myself again. So I'm going to have my husband put this away, and I'm going to sign off. And of course that means the spiel that says, if you liked it, thumbs up. Um, Thank you for subscribing to all my subscribers. I am 3 away from the 250. You guys are rocking it for me. If you haven't subscribed, please consider to do so. And if you do, hit the notification bell for future notifications of, well, for notifications anyways, of future videos. There's always a kick or two to one or two of them. I was known as the Joker in school, so maybe as I get more comfortable doing these videos, you'll see a lot more of that come out. And hopefully not sometimes, because sometimes I'm a little raw-ish, and I try not to be. But, of course, comments drive this channel. That helps me. I've had some wonderful comments lately on the last couple of videos, and with a little few of their own tips and tricks that they've taught me or are telling me to do. So I will be following up on those. I appreciate those kinds of things so tremendously. You know, if you don't like a video, tell me why you don't like a video. It does help all of us as a community. Also, share if it so, tickles your fancy. I'd appreciate it. Yeah, my husband keeps looking at me like, oh, Lordies, listen to her talk. She is so old. That's because he's almost 12 years my junior. So, yeah, sometimes it's kind of like, hey, old lady, shut up. Anyways, love y'all and peace out.